who has been like a is in office.
I'm not prepared. I was thinking I was prepared to answer these questions, but you never are, because
they're never prepared, you guys, because they don't know what a woman is. They don't know what a baby is in the womb. This is basic stuff.
No.
Shame on you! Shame on you!
What's happening? What brings you out here today?
International Women's Day.
Amazing.
Right.
Yeah, so what is your sign? What does that mean?
My body, my choice. Isn't that obvious?
Yeah. I mean, elaborate on it.
It's still hard to believe that we are still fighting for this. It is, it should be totally normal that I can decide what I do with my body. It's nobody else's business. It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah. So you're talking about abortion?
Sorry?
You're talking about abortion?
I'm talking about abortion. I'm talking about the way I dress. I'm talking about what I'm identifying with. It doesn't matter what it is. Anything that is about my body should only be my decision. And abortion is like, yes, it's one major right to have.
Sorry
there are already 14 or 17 states where you're not allowed to have an abortion. That's shameful.
Well, some people say that an abortion involves two bodies. Would you agree with that?
Well, no, you talk about conception, but it's still my body who is going to pregnancy. It's still my body who might have to deal with complication. It's still a woman's body or a child's body or a teenager's body who might have been raped. And there has to be a right to abortion. There is absolutely, and if you don't want to have an abortion, nobody is forcing you to have one.
What happens in an abortion?
The fetus is removed.
And then what happens to the fetus?
Whatever the hospital's policy is.
Well, don't they die?
Well, that depends on at which month or how many weeks, a human being is declared to be alive. When
does life begin to you?
I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I don't know exactly when it is.
Well, 96% of biologists and embryologists believe, these are secular, so non-religious, non-partisan, believe that life begins at the moment of conception.
Right.
So,
what are you after?
Do you agree with those scientists?
I still agree it's a woman's right to decide about her body.
But it's not her body. You just said that because it's a fetus's. Sorry, I keep stepping on your toe.
Fetus's body. And we're going in circles.
Yeah, it's a fetus's body, right? That's being aborted.
This is what democracy looks like.
It's not alive.
How is it growing if it's not alive?
How about rape? If somebody...
let's stay on topic. How is it growing?
Right to, fight for herself and get an abortion.
We'll talk about that, but how is it not alive if it's not growing?
I think it's still a woman's right.
So you're not marching for women in the womb?
Sorry?
You're not marching for women in the womb?
Not for the moment of conception, no.
So when in the womb are you?
How about education and protecting women? How about giving women the chance to be educated?
How about a vasectomy for boys, and then they can reverse it when they're mature enough to know what they're doing.
It's always reversible.
It's always about...
How about we just teach boys to respect women and only have sex with them if they want to, have the outcomes of what happens with sex?
Are you for real?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to raise my son to do.
Good luck.
Thank you. Yeah, we should women and men should all respect each other's bodies and not use women.
We are respecting our
because
bodies.
abortion is really a tool for men because it allows him to use the woman's body and then say, well, it's your body, your choice. Here's $300 for an abortion.
We're not on the same. No. We're not on the same.
Not at the same.
I'm so glad I am not on the same page as these people. That is for sure. That I was brainwashed.
I think you're brain.
You don't need to touch me.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Consent. We're all about consent,
Anything else? Can I look at you?
Yeah, of course.
Hold on, I gotta look at the front.
Oh, wow, it's two sides.
Yeah. Because I'm 15 and I want to have kids, but I don't want to raise them in a world where they have less opportunities than I do. And I'm
Totally, you're right.
And I'm already terrified, so don't want them to experience that.
What are you terrified of? Like, what's so scary?
The fact that a man who has been like a is in office, that is terrifying already. That is just not okay.
I don't want you to cry.
No person, it's okay.
Okay, yeah, I am too. I totally get it. Yeah. Well, the other side says, think about the woman who raised you. What do you mean by that?
Because men like to hate on women, but where did you come from? A woman. And they just need to realize that. People need to open their eyes.
Yeah. So when a baby, when a woman is in the womb, do you think about her rights?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think about the future. I think about just how it's taken us so long to get to this point, and we're we still don't have the same freedom as a man. We still are more victimized than men, and it's just terrifying.
So when you're thinking about women in the womb, do they deserve protection as well?
Yes.
So then are you pro-choice or are you pro-life?
I'm pro-choice because it's.
You said that you'd protect women in the womb.
Yeah, because if you are choosing to keep that child, then that is a life that is going to happen. That is a real life. If you don't want to choose to keep that life, then I don't think it's a real life, because a fetus in the womb is a quote unquote.
Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you!
What's happening?
I don't know.
I think maybe
This is a women's
laying
march.
a trap for her to
yeah.
answer a pro.
No, I'm just asking women questions. This is the women's march. We allow all different types of women.
I think that
You're not trying to prove a point that's answered.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, you told me.
What if I was?
Nothing wrong.
Can
You told me because we were having a discussion and told you, are you? Okay.
What if I am? Do you not believe in
Are you not
women
a proud
being different?
person that admits that? Usually you're all
what I
really
said-
proud of that. So
What I said was that I prefer
be clear and say I'm
him
a supporter
over-
and I'm here at the march and I'm asking women questions and put them in difficulty so I could post my video and cut their thing. And
We're not going to cut anything. If you want to be here and march for women, you should be marching for all women, women in the womb as well, right?
Not them.
Not in the womb, though.
You don't even know
That's
the sex.
discriminatory.
You don't even know the sex of the fetus before some months, so you cannot
Actually, at the moment of conception, scientists
that
can
you
tell
have,
the gender.
the gender.
That's how IVF works.
Of course, because the gender is XXXY.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how we tell gender, right?
No.
How do you tell gender?
Stop. I see. Stop. Like we have different like.
How do you tell gender? I mean, that's how they told my gender, and they were right.
If you have like I don't know, there's this other man that asks, "What is a woman?" And so
What is a woman?
Do you think that a woman is a person that has XY?
I think a woman is an adult human female.
Adult woman female. I saw many videos of that, and I'm not prepared. I was thinking I was prepared to answer these questions, but you never are because.
Yeah, they're never prepared, you guys, because they don't know what a woman is. They don't know what a baby is in the womb. This is basic stuff.
No.
It's crazy.
No, because I was not thinking that was like really. I thought they were all prepared, and I was not expecting to find like a person like you. But like it's not.
Well, here I am. There's actually the majority of the
But it's
country
okay.
thinks like me, actually.
I know, unfortunately.
That's why Trump won.
I know, unfortunately.
Yeah, and we have women. The propaganda has gotten
But
so
there's
out of
nothing wrong.
control
I'm
that
not-
that young girl was crying. That makes me really upset because
I
they
know.
think that this man, this orange man bad, is going to come and destroy
But maybe
all
if-
of women.
if a
But you know, in
15
some countries, we
but
can't
maybe-
even march
I know,
like
but
this.
if a 15 girl is worried, maybe there are some reason. If she's holding,
Yes,
if she's
but
holding,
a lot of it
she's
is
holding that
propaganda.
Saying, I don't want to be back in times. Maybe because there are reasons why young people. Because I'm 22. Okay, I'm 20.
I'm 23.
And okay, but I'm really concerned about not like if you see the world that we are now, and if you see everything that is happening, especially for female and stuff. But
don't know what's happening other than the
don't
fact
know
that
what's happening.
What? That's
maybe
so
because of the
bad.
news, but you're so informed.
So
because
tell
you-
me.
And maybe because you have a
I'm able to march. I'm able to vote. I'm able to hold any job that a man can hold. I'm able to get any insurance that a man can get. I'm able to get any job that a man can get if I apply and I'm qualified. So I'm able to march, free speech. What rights do I not have? Seriously.
Oh my God.
And people say that I'm worse off because I'm brown. I'm not seeing it.
But like
my life is not worse
There are
off.
some countries that went like really, really back in time.
You're talking about America. This is what I care about. I care about America because this is where I live.
You're American. I'm not American, so I don't.
But you're still here.
America. Because I
came to America. Why? Why would you come here if it's so horrible?
Actually, I don't say it's horrible. I'm just
said that you were really concerned and scared about all the stuff that's going on.
And it's different between saying that I'm really concerned and that it's horrible. I care about America as I care about the rest of the world. And the problem of many Trump supporters is that they don't care about the rest of the world. They just care about America. And that's
America
not your
first. Why should I care about people all the way in Thailand? Nothing affects me. Nothing affects me that's happening in Thailand.
People. You're not different from the people. You're just
not biologically, but why should
Why
should my money be going to Thailand or to any other country?
You're just luckier than all the other people that don't live the same life that you live. So that's why you should care about also that people.
I do care about them, but I'm not going to give my money to them. I have my own
take your money.
things I need to do.
You don't have to give them. The government has to give them.
No, because where do you think the government gets the money? Where does the government get the money? Exactly. So it's my money.
Yeah, no, it's not. Wait.
It was great talking to you. I'm going to move on because there's a lot of people I want to talk to, but I really appreciate it.
Of course,
Yeah.
it's gonna move on.
Yeah, because I want to stay on topic. We're here for women today.
Yeah, the topic is
We're
the
all here
women.
for women's rights, but you're an instigator. It's okay.
What am I instigating?
You're instigating an argument so that you can try and prove a point that's asinine. So I don't have time for you. Take your microphone.
Marching for women in the womb is asinine?
I didn't say anything. I don't know what the hell you're marching for. I'm just telling you.
So how can you just assume that?
I didn't make.
I'm here for women. I'm here for women.
Assumption. I've got nothing more to say, young lady.
I'm here for women. Don't assume my gender, though. Don't say I'm a young lady, because you don't know.
Which is the name?
Tell her our profile.
Yes, so because I don't want to be.
Yeah, so my name is Amber, and I'm with Feminist Rising.
Sorry, I didn't want to attack you.
No, you're not attacking me.
Okay, so, no.
Yeah, you were very nice.
You too.
What brings you out here today?
I was honored to speak today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I want to speak next time.
You're speaking. You're speaking. You claimed the microphone.
Yeah.
And that's good. We're all speaking. We're all part of the historical movement of doing this and being here.
Yeah. So, do you think that some rights have been taken away from women?
Yes, absolutely. I'm a civil rights lawyer. So, as I was saying, we're losing the rights to reproductive rights. We're losing the rights to so many things that our grandmothers fought for, and we can't go back in time.
Yeah.
So, thousands of years of women fighting, and 75 years of women fighting for the right to vote before we got it.
So with the women's right to abortion, that's a hot topic right now. Would you support like any restrictions on abortion throughout pregnancy, or do you think it's okay like through all 9 months?
I think that we can trust women and doctors to make sensible choices, and so much of the rhetoric around late-term abortion is hyperbole. People are not out there wanting to abort healthy late-term fetuses. As somebody who's given birth, there are things that could be life-threatening at any stage of pregnancy. You could have a non-viable fetus that could suffer, and I believe in women and doctors to make responsible choices.
What happens in an abortion?
What happens in an abortion? An abortion is a removal of fetal tissue.
So a fetus, right? What is a fetus?
Are you wanting to debate abortion with me? I'm not sure.
I just want to understand why people are out here marching for abortion.
People are out here marching for women's rights.
Okay, but what about women in the womb?
Okay, if that's an opinion that you have.
But women's rights, there's women in the womb, right?
I mean, I hear you. I think I have a difference of opinion there. I think I want to value the life of a fully grown woman more than fetal tissue, and it's a really difficult decision.
Why do we have to choose between one or the other when, because scientifically they're both? Women in the womb's lives are really at stake for sure. Why should we choose between one human and another? Why can't we choose both?
It sounds like you have taken on a lot of rhetoric of men who don't respect the rights and lives of women and the bodies of women, and I don't agree with you on that. I hear you. You can have different.
Most women in the pro-life movement are actually, or excuse me, most people in the pro-life movement are actually women. So nothing about a man. I'm not listening to men. I develop my own opinions. So funny of you to assume that I learned this from a man, but. Yeah, I think there's, little girls here today. I think it's really ironic that we're marching for abortion and people are marching with their children.
We're marching for women's rights. We're marching because women's rights have been rolled back, and reproductive rights are actually really an entry into women's rights in general. And that's one of the ways that we try to control women and control women's choices and control women's bodies. It's
what
very,
about
very
the women's
dangerous.
right to live?
Anti-choice movement is incredibly dangerous because it pushes against women's rights to bodily autonomy. I personally wouldn't want to have an abortion, and I grew up Christian, and I grew up in the pro-life movement. I personally don't want to have an abortion, and I have and I wouldn't. But that doesn't mean I don't want to take that medical choice away from somebody else. But
how is killing a baby a medical choice?
I don't need to debate with you anymore right now.
I know. You guys you always want to stop debating with me because, I don't know.
I think I've said my piece. I wish you well, and I hope that you continue to think about.
Should march for preborn women too, because they matter as well.
I march for a lot of things. I'm a civil rights lawyer. I've thought about this a lot, and I've made my opinions.
Why is it, you're a lawyer, why is it when a man kills a pregnant woman that
I don't need to debate
it's double homicide?
I don't need to debate with you anymore about this. You're welcome to be here.
Double homicide. Yeah, they always walk away because they don't have any answers to these very simple questions. Oh, excuse me. Sure can.
Thanks for being out here.
I don't think she read my sign. So in case anyone's confused by my sign, marching for women in the womb and outside of the womb, because there are babies in the womb that are women.